welcome to the SEF Backstage Pass podcast. I'm Lubna Hamdan from Smashy Business, and with us is Mazen, the co-founder and CEO of House of Pops. We're very excited to have you here with us, Mazen.
Thank you for hosting me.
I'm just going to say a couple of words about the festival. So we're here at SEF, the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival. It's an annual celebration of everything entrepreneurship. We have over 200 speakers, workshops, and just inspiring stories overall. So if you haven't been able to attend this year, do attend next year. It's incredible, isn't it? We were just talking about the offices.
Very impressive, really very impressive, and it inspires you. And I'm sure the people working around here can increase their productivity, and you can get the most out of them.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about House of Pops. I've been seeing it everywhere. It's been popping, pun intended, all around the city, and everyone is talking about it. It's healthy. Tell me more about the concept. Where did the idea come from? You wanted to be more healthy. You wanted to do something different. I read on your website that you wanted to have a treat and didn't feel like you have to go to the gym to burn all those calories. Hey, I feel you, Mazen. Tell me about it.
No, this is exactly how things started. So back 5 years ago, there was an overall trend of health and wellness going everywhere. You go to the supermarket, you find those protein cookies, etc. But once you go to the ice cream category, you would still find the regular high-fat, high-sugar products. So we thought, hey, there is an opportunity there.
Or really bad low-fat ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
Horrendous.
And then even the light ones, you would see them, I always make fun of it, like it's in blue, it's like a Panadol, It's like, like for people who just have issues in their life.
Exactly.
And you said that there is an opportunity. Why don't we enter right on this trend and deliver a really great product? So together with my co-founder, Marcella, at that time she was my girlfriend. Now I'm blessed to have her as a wife. So we said, let's go for it.
You guys can't see Marcella, but Mazen hit the jackpot for sure.
You're missing a lot.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, we said let's do it. And what helped is that I have a background in this category. I used to work with Unilever on the ice cream category around the region. So I had a knowledge of the category, and Marcella had knowledge culinary arts. So together we joined forces and we launched House of Pops. And basically it's about, as you mentioned, there's no compromise there. You can still have your ice cream, but it would be full of fruits. You'll get a lot of benefits from that. It does not have high calories, and it's committed to sustainability. We can talk about the uniqueness of it shortly.
I think the most important thing is really that, we do have a problem of obesity here in the GCC. Let's be honest about it. And you're offering an incredible product. So, at the same time, you're making people healthier. At the same time, talk us through the sustainability aspect. So there's no plastic.
Yeah, exactly. So 3 things make House of Pops unique: purity, wellness, and sustainability. So on purity, it's 100% natural product. We don't use any preservatives, no coloring, no flavorings. We don't use any allergens. We don't use refined sugar as well. And the entire range is all vegan, plant-based. But it's not only pure for the sake of being pure, it's also good for you. And on the purity, by the way, we are made of 5 or 6 ingredients only. And this is a big differentiator versus any other ice cream where you turn it and you can find around 30 ingredients, 9 E numbers. We stick to 5, 6 ingredients, no E numbers. The wellness part is high percentage of fruit content. In strawberry, for example, it reached around 80% strawberry, fresh strawberry.
Wow.
And instead of refined sugar, we use organic agave. It has low glycemic index. The products are also rich in fibers. And the third part, which is sustainability, we were the only ice cream that does not use any plastic in its packaging. We use compostable, made from plant starch packaging. Because we want the product to be really natural from the ingredients all the way to the natural. So purity, wellness, and sustainability, that's our unique offering.
When did you decide about the packaging, the sustainable packaging? Was it from the very beginning?
No. That's a good story. We started with Ripe Market, like a farmer's market in Dubai. And after a couple of weeks, we were selling there. A lady came and said, I love what you are doing. You're not using refined sugar, but if you ask me, I would rather you use refined sugar, but don't bring additional plastic in your packaging. And it was an eye-opener for us. And that was also the importance of you being present, interacting with your direct consumers. So it was an insight. And we went into some research, and then we only found this product in Italy, and we were importing the packaging from Italy. And we changed based on consumer feedback.
How expensive is it? Because a lot of people argue that they do want to be sustainable, but it's, sometimes breaks the bank, they say. Is that true?
True, it is. It is. I think it cost us 4 or 5 times how much a plastic packaging would cost. But
wow.
I mean, there are two views on this. First, our product is not a value for money product. So people are investing, or when they purchase House of Pops, they are getting all those benefits, and people are ready to pay that. So this is one thing. Another thing, I'll give you an example, because all those sustainability initiatives are perceived as marketing initiatives that really don't help you, just bring your cost down.
Yeah.
But I'll give you an example. When Expo 2020 happened in Dubai, we got a call. We tried so hard to enter, we could not reach any connection. Then we got a call from someone tell us, I can offer you a space there, because they were looking for products that don't use plastic packaging. Mm-hmm. And we opened a 6 square meters kiosk there. The sales we have done in Expo helped us finance our new factory, a 4,000, 5,000 square feet factory in Jabal Ali. We moved all the way only with the profits that we made from that event. And
wow.
What unlocked that is our commitment to sustainability. So we are fully committed to this. We don't believe it's a marketing gimmick. It's a real commitment to bringing a healthy product, and it's giving us additional revenues as well. So whoever is thinking about sustainability, I'm telling them you can generate additional sales from that as well.
You know what? I think sustainability is rewarding. You do get rewarded for it. We've seen it with House of Pops. We've seen it with the Giving Movement, for example. Their clothes are sustainable as well. So it's amazing to see, businesses going that way. You mentioned that people are willing to pay for this product. Now, definitely compared to regular ice cream, it's double the price, right? It's $5.4.
Correct.
20 dirhams. The regular ice cream is like 8 dirhams.
Correct.
Did you expect that people would be willing to pay for this?
We had a debate, actually. I had lower expectation. Marcella had higher expectation, and I ended up following her recommendation.
And
of
she's
20.
right.
She's always right. Actually, Anna, I came to say those. She was always right, my wife, in so many levels.
Guys, if you're listening, that's the secret to a successful marriage.
Especially if she's next to you hearing all those discussions. But no, to be fair, because we did not have a benchmark, like you mentioned. Like the premium ice cream in the supermarket at that time was sold at 8 dirhams. And we said, we're going to price it at 20 dirham. Mm-hmm. But people do see value, and this is so beautiful. We sell now more than 1.8 million popsicles a year. So if there was no value in that, you cannot reach that scale, and we have expanded across different channels. So we had a doubt, of course, because we did not have any benchmark, but what we tried to offer is really the best. We don't compromise on anything. Like I mentioned, for example, in any commercial product, they cannot afford to keep adding a lot of fruits because it becomes so expensive. That's why even the products that they say are natural, they put natural products, for example, 15-20%, and natural flavor. We don't use any flavor. We keep adding. We have between 60 to 90% fruits. So people realize this value, and they are ready to pay for that.
A lot of entrepreneurs set up startups here. They're overvalued. They ask investors for a lot of money. Even though we have a funding gap, if you're an investor giving a 20-something-year-old, millions of dollars, something is bound to go wrong. We saw a lot of startups set up offices in Media City, for example. If you're a small startup, why do you need it? And do you even need an office to begin with? How have you been smart about the business? Because obviously you're doing very well. It is expensive to create any product with natural fruit, especially here in the GCC, where we're not in Europe. It is difficult. How did you keep costs down? What was the process for you? And tell me about the investment as well.
So initially when we started, we followed the lean approach, the lean startup, and this is always a book I recommend. 2 books, The Lean Startup and From Zero to One. So you can be very smart in managing the budgets. I had some savings initially from the career that I had. So I invested them, but the capex that we initially needed to start the business was not more than $5,000, literally. We got equipment from China for $3,000. A molder, a freezer, and a place to unmold. And we went to Al-Quwain.
Wow.
The license fee was around 10,000 dirham, and the warehouse we rented was 37,000.
I know restaurants here that spend like 200,000 to get a machine that can print something on ice.
Of course. And there are machines that cost too. For example, if you want to get a fully automatic pops machine, $300,000, you'll have it in an amazing, like the best of the best. And you can still get it for $3,000 from China.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when we went to the warehouse to look, we had some funds, but that's a different subject. You don't need to really, if you have money to invest them, you need to make sure you validate your product. So even when we went to Al-Quwain, it was a 100 square meter, but we needed to do some covers for safety reasons because you cannot really cook or prepare. And he said, you know what, instead of investing in a ceiling, there is this office, whenever you enter into a warehouse, there is a 3x2 office,
right.
And the machines are limited. So we put them there next to each other. So it was really and I went from Dubai, I rented a small studio in Al-Quwain directly next to the factory, and I stayed there for 3 months, commuting on the weekend here. Marcella was having another job at that time. I was there and started working on the factory adjustments and the machines by myself. So yeah, you can start that. It didn't take us much. And then also we validated the product even before we started. I remember we went to Atlantis, and we told them, because we knew someone there, and we told them, listen, we have this new product which is popsicles, healthy, etc. We showed him picture. Are you interested? We didn't have anything at that time. He said, yes, I'm interested. This is the price. Yeah, okay. We talked to another hotel. Yeah, okay. And then they were following up. We told them, no, we are now changing factories. We'll come back to you. So we got a sense of the market if people are willing to, businesses to buy from us. So we reduced the cost, validated a bit the hypothesis in the market, and we started. Now it's a completely different story, and we can speak a bit where we landed. But,
that's incredible. I mean, we'll talk. You opened in Saudi, you opened in Bahrain.
Yes.
Who thought that people in the GCC want to be healthier? I mean, we love fruit, but we also like junk food, and we like to eat here. So that is an incredible story. But I have another question for you. How important was it that you had experience with Unilever and Marcella had experience in hospitality?
Yeah. In hospitality.
Yeah.
So it adds so much value. I don't think I would have succeeded without that. And this is always I share my views that we listen a lot about university dropouts, college dropouts, and they go and they do millions. It's amazing. It's very inspiring. But I always worry that this is not really the way,
it's
the
not
standards.
The norm.
It's not the norm. And you cannot really bet everything you have on a story that only because you heard it, that means it's so much unique. When people follow the regular thing, you don't hear as like, wow, this is the story and it's impressive. I think, and also when people ask me it's very challenging as entrepreneurs, how many times you fail. I did not fail as much as a standard entrepreneur would fail, because I have done a lot of failures in my previous experience. Like I worked for 13 years. I failed so many times.
Yeah.
But by the time I was 33, 34, 35, I had enough experience in brand building. It doesn't need to be only ice cream. I was lucky to have on top of that ice cream. But in brand building, Unilever is a school. It shapes your mind, how you think, how you talk, how you build brands. It had an immense value. Marcella also brought, beyond also creating the products, the hospitality element, how our promoters should be talking to customers, how they should be smiling, how sharp they should be looking. So definitely everyone brought his experience, and it was an essential part of the success.
Absolutely. I mean, everyone loves to hate on corporates. The other day, I set up a company and shut it down after 8 months. And I knew that I wasn't ready. My parents wanted me to do it. I shut it down. I didn't want to waste more money. I went back to corporate. there is so much value in corporate. And my friend was telling me the other day, he set up a company and he's doing really well, but he's had a lot of experience as well. And he said, I would take entrepreneurship over corporate any day. I said, no, because had you not had that experience, you would not be where you are today.
Of course, it's so true. And it came really at the perfect timing for us. I'm neither 21 with no, let's say, experience, nor I am 45 with 3 kids, and I'm thinking, is there going to be bread on the table at some point?
Yeah.
So it came at the right time for me and for Marcella. We had a lot of knowledge and little commitments or pressure, emotional pressure. So it was, I think, a golden time for us to start that, and it happened.
And you're doing amazing. Tell us how you're doing. Profits, have they been increasing year on year? If you want to share some numbers, it is behind the scenes podcast. So if you want to give us some exclusives, Mazen.
Sure. We have been on a sustainable growth journey in both revenues and profits up until last year. So our CAGR of growth was around 157%. And the last 3 years, the first 2 years we were breaking even, but then we started doing profits in the 3rd and the 4th year. In the 5th year, we grew very minimal, low double digit, and we did not deliver any profits. And the reason for that is that, in my view, it's very easy to bring growth, or it's easier to bring growth than building a sustainable growth delivery company, let's say.
There is such a thing as growing too quickly, isn't there?
100%. Because, you can start sending stocks to Bahrain, to Kuwait, to Saudi, slashing the price, go to Africa, send something, and you'll get every year you can double, but then it will go for 1-2 years, you'll have issues, you'll have complaints, you'll have trust issues, credibility, and then you'll shut down. So once we thought after 4 years that, we have something that can really scale exponentially, let's take 1 year to really consolidate the business. So what did we do in this year? Number one, we spent time recruiting the best of the best, all right? So our salaries more than tripled in that year because we got the best people from multinationals, from Nestle, from Unilever, from Baskin-Robbins. We have, as a senior management team, 6 people that have a combined 120 years of experience in very relevant industries and businesses, and some really in the region on ice cream. This is number one. Number two, we adjusted our systems. So we invested in very sophisticated CRM software. We shifted our accounting from QuickBooks to Oracle NetSuite, and it was a huge investment for us. We also have upweighted our investment in marketing to make sure that the way we look is there. Those had taken priority over just growing. But the people that are with us now can handle 10 times the business that we currently have. So now, starting January, we are again straight on the growth journey, and we are going to deliver, going back to those doubling, tripling the business year on year, and we are expanding in different channels. We can talk about it. So yes, this year, and I'm very comfortable saying that I don't think it's a tick mark that now I am growing every single year. I don't think it's the right thing. You grow, once you validate, you regroup, you consolidate, and then we can integrate all the growth moving forward.
Do you see yourself competing with the likes of Baskin-Robbins? What about brick and mortar? Would you like to open stores? What are your growth plans? What are your expansion plans?
So we are very ambitious. And do I want to compete with Baskin-Robbins? Of course. Do we have what it takes to take them on? Definitely. We are riding the trend that's driving the growth. Other competitors, they have been here for a long time, but they are not on the same trend that we are going. And we have all what it takes, from the people to the knowledge, and now also we have people joining as investors, potential investors, our journey to really overdrive that. But our growth journey is going to be delivered through 3 pillars. Number 1 is the brand. We are going to invest more in communicating the brand further and also diversifying the portfolio. So we have been very consistent and sharp in one format, which is the stick.
Yes.
But we can do so much more. And then this year we are soon going to launch our bites. Those are small pieces that people can bite on. They are 11 ml of ice cream dipped in chocolate.
Oh, wow.
They are amazing. We're
Can't
gonna
wait
double
for
the
that.
consumption for that. And then we are also launching our cups and the gelato part as well.
Nice.
So this is going to give us a real complete portfolio in ice cream. And this is going to help us as well to move from the kiosks to the brick and mortars. So in parallel, we are developing a full concept shop that will integrate all the offering that we have. So, and this is where we are going to go more into the real business of brick and mortar, and there is potential there. The second element is the expansion geographically through franchising agreement and distribution.
And sorry, the store will be here in Dubai?
We will start initially, yes, in Dubai as a flagship, but the way we're gonna expand is more on the smaller format. But the model is usually you open a flagship store to validate and to build this brand experience, and then you expand through QSR around 600 square feet size, and you expand. And the second is the geographical expansion through franchise agreement and distribution. Like we have already signed a distribution and franchise agreement in Bahrain, in Kuwait. In UAE, we just got a distributor that is going to take our range from being distributed to 40 locations into 1,000, and we already started. So by Q1, we'll be everywhere in the supermarkets. We're very excited. We're gonna be with Leafco. And the third part is using the capacity that we have in the factory to produce also private label. We have a couple of projects and we can expand on that. We are taking part of exhibitions about private label because we have capacity, because the factory we built is for 10 times more the volume that we have. So we're ready for the future as well.
That's incredible, Mazen.
Yeah, so much is happening.
Honestly, I mean, and it's always so nice to see a homegrown brand succeeding. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's been amazing. Is there anything, any advice for entrepreneurs, anything, any message to listeners, whether it's about entrepreneurship or health or marriage, perhaps?
Marriage, another podcast. Have very sharp views on that. No, but for the business, I mean, I draw on my experience. Everyone talks about his journey or learn from his journey. I think it's always great if you can start something based on an experience that you already have. Don't start too early on. Find what are you good at, and if this has been coupled with an experience in a certain field, try to double down on that. So this is one part. Second, before you rush and bring all investors with you, try to follow a lean startup and keep equity for you a bit in the beginning. So then where there is value, you can bring investor at a lower equity. And then third, you need to be someone really put it in a nice way that you should be in love more with the problem than with your own solution, because this is what would drive the success. Like, are you just want to do popsicle, or you really want to, like you mentioned, there is an obesity and people are not finding alternative, because the more you are focused on the problem, the more you have chances to succeed, and you can pivot your solution in a way to answer for that problem.
That was so beautifully put, honestly. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the time.
What a great ending to a great conversation. Thank you guys so much for listening, and stay tuned for more to come.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.